Thousands of indigenous women from more than 170 tribes protested in Brazil's capital, Brasilia, to demand the protection of their ancestral land. The women joined forces to push back against a Supreme Court bill promoted by President Jair Bolsonaro, a bill that could jeopardize their ownership of these territories. The marchers chanted and waved banners in front of the Supreme Court, calling on the government to protect their rights and enforce laws prohibiting widespread illegal logging and mining on their reserves. The bill would require indigenous people seeking full protection of their territories to have been occupying the land in 1998, the year Brazil's constitution was signed after the nation's return to democracy. Indigenous rights activists say that the cut-off date ignores the fact that many had been forcibly expelled from their ancestral lands, particularly during the military dictatorship, or may not have formal means to prove possession. The ruling will affect 230 pending land claims, many of which offer a bulwark against deforestation in the Amazon. A defeat in court for the indigenous people would set a precedent for the rollback of native rights advocated by Bolsonaro and backed by powerful farming interests.
We need life, projects of life, not projects of death. And that's why we are here today with several women, several warriors and indigenous chiefs to defend our life and our territory.
Many of the protesters were from the Munduruku tribal group, which inhabits a huge reservation stretching from the state of Pará to Mato Grosso, an area the size of Austria with fewer than 10,000 inhabitants. Illegal gold miners and loggers have been systematically invading the reserve, causing clashes between the miners and indigenous residents.
Enough of invasions. These projects of deaths are affecting our lives, the lives of women, children and the elderly. Enough of soya plantations or even mining within our territory. Enough of them wanting our territory.
Indigenous activists have called on the federal government to enforce restrictions on commercial activities in their protected reserves, but Bolsonaro has shown little inclination to stop the encroachment. Bolsonaro has often said that indigenous people make up less than 1% of Brazilians and live on more than 13% of the country's territory, sitting on undeveloped mineral riches. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.